everyone, LE Diecast. We're back for another video, and we're going to do something a little different in this one. I got, well, even more requests. When I did my video on my customs, I got a few more requests to talk more about these masks that we sell, and how I do the flame graphics on the custom, so things like that. This one's not done yet. He still needs his decals, but you get the idea. It's really easy, and I'm gonna show you how I do it. Now it comes with a little bit of small print, and I don't like the hard sell. That's why we haven't done a lot of videos on this stuff, because I know there's just not really that many people out there that do Hot Wheels customs. The guys that do Hot Wheels customs are, really pretty knowledgeable about this stuff, and they really don't need me telling them how I do my customs, because I haven't been doing it that long. There's people that know a lot more about it than me. But I got a few requests, and they were from viewers that I know were kids, so I figured I'd fill in the gaps. So if you already know all this stuff, just turn off the video and come back for the next one, and we'll be putting cars in front of a green screen or something. But in the meantime, we sell these, and I sell them through the LE Diecast / LE Custom store, and I mentioned it a little while ago. We've combined both LE Diecast and LE Customs, so now they're kind of the same brand. And where's a negative one here? Here we go. Here's a negative one. But we sell these decals, and so what you're looking at are flame masks. I just called them decals. They're flame masks, and we basically wrap those masks onto custom Hot Wheels or custom diecast. And all of these in front of you are 1/64 scale. That's the scale of a normal Hot Wheels diecast car. The scale is kind of relative because they're just graphics. They could go on something bigger or smaller. It just depends on if you want bigger or smaller flames on your car. But everything I've got so far is 1/64. We've started making get my sizes right, 1/24 scale. So that's the normal scale for models, like plastic models that you would buy at the store and build. And we're making those, but we don't have them in the store yet. We should have those within a conservative estimate, probably 2 months or so. But yeah, I make these, and I've mentioned it before. My background is in graphics, digital art, and animation, 3D stuff for the most part. But I know my way around Illustrator and Photoshop and other programs, and I have a plotter that cuts these out. And the plotter's really cool in that it can cut out at a very, very shallow depth. So what you end up with, I'll show you here. Oh, wait, just a second. Just a second. And what you end up with are decals like this that I can then peel off the negative. This one has the negative peeled off and has left the positive image, or peel off the positive and you're left with the negative image. And so what do you do with that? Well, I'll show you in just a second. Let me get set up here, and I'll be right back, and I'll show you how they work. Okay, we're back. Sorry about that. Gotta get set up. So all I'm going to use for this is just a regular car, and this is one of my test cars, so I use this for scaling. And so regular 1/64 Hot Wheels. We've just taken the wheels off of it. Also, this one's been painted white because it just helps me see size things and all. When I'm making the mask, I have to make the right size in the computer so that it fits the right size in real life, and so I use calipers and stuff to do that, to try and get these flames to fit right. But what we're going to do, we're going to use these masks. Now these aren't the ones, this isn't a sheet of one I sell. This is one I make for myself, because it's got both the positive and the negative on it. And real quick, we sell, you can have your choice. You can either have the flames with the negative, so the white here doesn't exist. You would put this on, paint it, and you would get a flame when you take the mask away. That's called a negative mask. Positive mask, here's a positive mask. Positive mask. This one, you put these flames on. The blue is, by the way, the mask. You put these on, paint it, you peel this away and you're going to be left with whatever color was on the car when you started. So if I was to put a positive mask on this white car, one of these, it covers up the white, you paint it, say, yellow, you peel the mask away, you're going to end up with white flames on a yellow car. This one, you do the same thing. Here, come here. This one, you're going to do the same thing. You're going to end up with yellow flames on a white car. Make sense? If not, it will. So I'm going to use this one, which is one of mine. Oh, by the way, I should mention, for the pros that think that's all stupid and you already know all that stuff, we do sell the masks with both the positive and the negative. These are cheaper because I don't have to weed them, meaning I don't have to take parts off of them. So if you don't mind and you know how to use transfer tape and you know your way around an airbrush, well, then just get the cheaper ones. Okay, so what I'm doing here, and I'll show you, is I'm cutting out the mask. I'm just using scissors. You could use an X-Acto knife or whatever you want. Well, there we go. Try not to rip it. There we go. So that is what I just cut off. Now, each one of these little masks has transfer tape on it, and it's see-through. You can't see it. If I get the light right, see the bumpy surface? That's the transfer tape. And if you give me a second, and hopefully, yep, there we go. In real time, I wanted to do it in real time so you can see how easy it is. Don't need to stop the camera or anything. You just peel these guys off. Look at that. There you go. This little guy here is just, he's extra. He doesn't need to be there. There you go. Transfer tape's not sticky. By the way, if it sticks to itself, it just pulls right apart. It's not super, it's sticky, but it's not super sticky. It's only there to place this on the car. So, see, you take this guy. I'm going to try and do this through the camera. Let's see if I can make this look super easy. There we go. Oh, if you could see how it's working. This, my hands right now are about as far away from my body as they can get because I've got a camera and a microphone between me and this car. So it's easier than it looks. And then, hopefully, let's just peel this off. You gotta, usually, I just hook that mask with my nail or a weeder or a pin or whatever. And you just hold it a little bit just so it sticks. And then you peel the transfer tape off. You can reuse the transfer tape. So if you are getting both the positive and negative, you can reuse the transfer tape. The transfer tape I use is see-through. See-through, so you can place it. And you can reuse it about 3 times before it loses its stickiness. Now, that guy, if I was to paint this, well, we'd have a little edge right there. And I left that there on purpose so that we could scale this guy. Just a second. Just a second. So what I'm going to use is this masking tape, and you can use regular masking tape. I use this. This is Tamiya masking tape. I'll see if I can get that. It's Tamiya masking tape. I get this at toy train supply store. It's just a little higher quality, but sometimes I use regular masking tape. And then all we're going to do is put that there. Oops, almost had it there. Again, working with a camera and a microphone between me and the car right now. So, and take this little piece right there. Put him down there. Bam! Bam! And now, if I was to tape off all the rest of the car, now I'm going to put one more mask on there, but if I was to tape off all the rest of the car, like say maybe the grill, we put some others here on the back, and paint it, well, the flames would stay white because the mask is covering up the white, but I could color the rest of the car any color I want. So, in that case, see here, we had a black car, and I put a negative mask on it and painted the flames red. I know it's kind of tricky to figure out. This one's actually it's double mask. So this bottom part I did first, and then this top part, because it goes from a positive to a negative. But anyways, We don't care about that stuff. Here's another one. This one, green car. Used negative mask to paint the flames in. And painted them green, tailed them off to kind of a lime green. And this guy, can do some real fun stuff with them. I haven't gotten back to this one. I need to finish this one up, this big motorhome. A crazy old motorhome. This one's using 2 different sets of masks, and I've just combined them. See how you can kind of make a big solid area and then the masks kind of shoot off? By the way, you can cut off little parts of these masks. There, we'll put that guy back there. You can cut off little pieces of the mask, like these little arms or licks, and then stick them on separately if you want to make your own little flame jobbers. All right, so let's do one more here. Let's do, I'm going to do that one right there. That one's a nice one. I'm going to cut it. I'm going to try and do this fast because I want to make it look easy. It really is easy. I'll do all the work for you. Just making the stupid mask is the only thing that's hard. Peeling them off and sticking them on, that's like stickers you had when you were a kid. Here, let's we've got some others here. I'll put some others out just so you can see what we've got. This one here, by the way, there you go. This one here is by far my favorite. That one's really cool. You can do all sorts of stuff with it. Okay, so here's my mask. I'm gonna peel. We'll do this in real time. I'm using here, I'll do it. We're gonna peel. You just kind of shove your nail up there, and all you have to do is kind of just make sure it's stuck on the tape and then hold it. So when you peel it off, it should come right off. Throw a little backing away or keep it if you want to use transfer tape. If you don't touch the back of the transfer tape too much with your finger, it lasts a lot longer. And then this will be fun. Let's see if I can get this centered with this setup I've got here. I want the flames to go all the way to the back. Boom! And just press it down, peel up, just hook it with something, your fingernail or a toothpick or a pin, just enough to hold it. You just have to hold it in place. And then once it gets going, it comes right off. Ta-da! And I'm turning it so that the thicker parts will stay in place. That's all. Ta-da! It's hard to see, but there's some little negative areas in here I could weed out. And I use it's like a stick with a pin called a weeder. And I would weed out those little parts there so that little middle part was a little less solid. But for this, we'll just keep them. If you keep them, it just fills it in. And look at that. That's a pretty cool flame job. Now we could paint that. I'm not going to paint it now. But I did promise people in email that I would get to painting them and show how the flames work with paint. So that video will be coming along. See, you can even keep the transfer tape if you put it back on the back. There you go, just to show you how. There you go. So you don't need to buy transfer tape. All the masks come with transfer tape. It's hard to see, but it's on them. And that's it. Each one of these packs comes with one sheet. Each sheet just comes with numerous flames, and these are not all of them by any means. You know, some of them come with more, some of them come with less. It just depends on how big the design is on them. And for the most part, you could actually apply these without transfer tape, at least most of them. But the transfer tape's not very expensive and it's easy to apply, so I include it. I mean, if you're worried about the transfer tape and you've never used it, don't worry too much about it. We also use a vinyl that's for car painting. It's similar, if not the same. You could use this vinyl for painting on cars and real cars. And it's flexible. I don't know if you can see that, but it's flexible enough to go around edges. So you're not going to get any underspray where these go around edges, unless the edge is just super harsh, like a U-turn edge or something. But, and I'll show you, I'll press it down into these door jambs and see if I can get the light to catch it. just to show you. It's really nice. It's a really nice vinyl. There you go. See how that presses down into the door frame? I'll try to get that highlight to move across it. So there's no underspray. It really covers it all up. You can't reuse these. If I was to pull this off, the vinyl is flexible enough to go around corners, but it also stretches when you pull it off. So in order to get it to go around corners and be flexible enough to get a great little paint job on it, I had to give up the ability to use them over. But they're cheap. So that, what do they cost, right? What, like $100 a sheet, right? No. They're, now I gotta remember. They're $4 a sheet. $4. And you get enough for at least 3 cars on each sheet, if not a lot more. Some of them are smaller, and you know, you probably only need 1 or 2 sheets to last you for a while. The shipping, though, is the real deal because they're so light. And thanks to everybody that helped me out when I was testing these, by the way. We've sent them to different places of the world because I wanted to see really what it cost and how the shipping would work and if they'd survive there. We've shipped them all over the place and continue to. It's just $3 flat shipping. So buy as much as you want. It's just $3. They don't cost me that much to send. So it's just $3. If you're in England, if you're in Australia, if you're in Canada, Mexico, Netherlands, Russia, wherever, it's just $3. If it costs me more, it just does, and I'll figure it out. But yeah, $3, international and US. So just $3. So you can go to the website. Where do you go? You go to, I don't have it on there because that's my Facebook page. This is the old one. But you go to www.lecustoms. Nope, wait, sorry. You don't do that. You go to www.le-diecast, sorry, old labeling, le-diecast.com. Go there, go to the shop, follow the links, and then you'll get your choice of everything. Remember to pick positive, negative, or both. And remember, both, they're $1 cheaper. They're cheaper. These are $1 more. I think these are $5. $4 plus $1, I think. Boy, I should know that. Yeah, oh well. I'm an awful businessman. So, anyways, a lot of you wanted me to show you that. So now I've done it, and hopefully, if you're still watching, that wasn't too much of a hard sell. I do like the masks. They're really nice, and I love the customs. And the masks have really allowed me to make, you know, cool little customs. We got these laying all over the place here. And these are ones that aren't finished yet. They're just ones that we were having fun with. So, thanks for watching, and I will see you later. Bye.